The day the earth shook. The earth shook. The people screamed and the buildings cracked. A cloud of foul-smelling air swept over the village, making torches and fires burn bright green for several hours. It took a couple days of repairing the cracked buildings and salvaging items from a few of the older houses that had collapsed. Luckily, everyone escaped unharmed. I slowly walked through the city, examining the buildings, and noting what remained to be repaired, when an excited peasant approached me. Without bothering for formalities, he told me about a giant crack that had appeared just outside of his farm. He wanted me to come and inspect it, and perhaps determine what to do. Of course, peasant, show me the way. Gate of Hell. The foul smell that had swept over the city the day that the earth shook slowly crept upon us, and I retched involuntarily. The wound that had burst open at the farmer's field spewed fire and brimstone, and we stopped aghast at the sight. The flames and fiery stones threatened the bare grounds around the gap. The farmer was lucky that his fields lay fallow. I must take a closer look at this. The tormented souls of hell. Wailings, screams, and cries for help seemed to emit from the burning gap. The farmer grew pale and refused to take one step further. I walked close as I could to the hellhole as I dared and tried to peek down. Apart from the occasional fiery stone and eyebrow-licking flame, I could see nothing. The wails and screams seemed to intensify until it felt that my head would explode. I stumbled backward, felt the ground shifting beneath my feet, and would have fallen into the pit if the farmer hadn't have grabbed my arm and pulled me away from it. This gap needs to be closed. Now! There's a way to close the gap, but how? Close the gate of hell. I gave the wisest men and women of my court 3 days to come up with a solution on how to close the gap that seemed to be open a way to hell. Within 3 days, they had all thought of different solutions. Exorcism. Feed it cattle, or try filling it with stones. Let's feed it cattle. Feed it cattle. The cows balked in the front of the gap and refused to take any step further. They had refused to be pushed into the gap, and their miserable mooing mixed with the wailings of the tortured souls trapped in the pit until they hit the bottom. I really hope this works. 90% chance it might work. 10% chance it won't. Or, I don't believe in this idea. I really hope this works. It worked! Finally, the gap closed. No more fiery stones and flames. No more wailing voices from the underground. The gates of hell have closed after we fed it cattle. Hope you enjoyed that event, and thanks for watching.